Lindsay Callaghan was legally appointed, and that's the administration's position. I know there was a judge who is clearly trying to shield Letitia James and James Comey from receiving accountability, and that's why they took this unprecedented action to throw away the indictments against these two individuals. But the Department of Justice will be appealing very soon, and it is our position that Lindsay Callaghan is extremely qualified for this position, but more importantly, was legally appointed to it.
Dear God, you wrote about this. Judge Curry said Thursday portions of the grand jury proceedings leading up to James Comey's indictment were missing in what attorney and legal analyst Glenn Kirschner told Newsweek felt like a bit of a bombshell. He added the revelation led him to think of the missing Nixon tapes during the Watergate scandal. Oh, my God. So can you talk about this how extraordinary this latest Lindsay Callaghan thing is?
And then I was in court in Alexandria 2 days ago in the Comey hearing that Judge Nachmanoff presided over. And it was a bloodbath for the prosecutors. Finally, he told Lindsay Callaghan, Miss Callaghan stepped to the podium and made her speak for the first time in any of these cases. And that didn't go so good for Lindsay or the Department of Justice. And, you know, one thing that was revealed was that Lindsay Callaghan didn't even show the indictment to all of the grand jurors before she had it returned in court, which means the whole thing may be null and void. This thing is going to get thrown out probably on 3 or 4 different grounds. And that, Steph, that will expose Donald Trump as the weak dictator that he is, because he can threaten to prosecute people, but he can't follow through because he doesn't have the power.
Well, yeah, and this other thing. So she lashed out at the judge in the case, saying that he insinuated she was a puppet. He didn't say that, of course,
No.
as you know. So there were these intense moments in the courtroom over this explosive revelation you just talked about, not showing the final indictment to the full grand jury. And so he asked the other attorney, so Ms. Callaghan was the stalking horse, or to use a different word, a puppet for the president? He was asking, he wasn't calling her. So then, and then Callaghan goes to the New York Post, doesn't say it in court or what, he said he referred to me as a puppet. That doesn't change the facts or the law. Oh my God, we're in another no puppet, you're the puppet moment. But
and the defense attorney, Michael Dreeben, said, no, Your Honor, we wouldn't use those terms. We're not claiming that, but we're saying she did what the president told her to do vindictively. So no, the judge did not call her a puppet.
Yeah, they're such whiny little snowflakes, all of them. And finally, we got to get to this one. You threaded Blue Sky, Trump officials Ed Martin and Bill Pulte reportedly are being criminally investigated by a federal grand jury. 2 questions. Assuming the grand jury finds sufficient evidence to indict them, number 1, does Bondi actually permit the case to be indicted? And 2, how soon before Trump pardons them? So they're the ones doing this BS mortgage charge against Schiff and or Letitia James. Can you, I couldn't even, I was trying to even understand this story. I'm like, oh my God, there's such massive incompetence, right? So they're a federal grand jury investigating whether they appointed unauthorized people, right, to help in mortgage fraud investigations of Trump's critics. FBI agents have asked witnesses to turn over records, have interviewed them about people who may have presented themselves as federal investigators working on behalf of Pulte or Martin. Can you unpack this for us?
No.
Okay, good.
But I can try. And this is really, it's a fun story because the witness that they issued a grand jury subpoena to is a woman named Christine Bish. She's a GOP operative. She's a realtor in California. She's running for Congress. And she was like feeding the government tips about what a cruddy dude Adam Schiff is. Yeah. She expected, Steph, when she got that subpoena, that they were going to ask her, tell us more about what you think Schiff did, when in fact they started to grill her about improper things Ed Martin and Bill Pulte did. This is delicious. Now, does it actually come to fruition with a criminal indictment of Ed Martin and Bill Pulte? I sure as heck hope so, if the evidence supports it. And if it does, as I said in that post, does Pam Bondi authorize the indictment? Does Donald Trump not pardon these flunkies? I mean, who knows? But all I know is I'm embracing the moment, and I am so pleased that the career prosecutors at the Maryland United States Attorney's Office are actually following the facts. Yep. If those facts lead to Ed Martin and Bill Pulte committing crimes to try to frame Adam Schiff and others.
Well, that's the thing. When I read this, I was like, wow, if Trump's DOJ is investigating these stooges, these Trump stooges, this must be really bad. I mean, it's... Yeah. Incompetence upon incompetence. All right, speaking of fantastic legislators from California, listen to this.
I've been in these fights as a city council member up in Dublin, my hometown, as a prosecutor in Oakland, and taking on the most corrupt president ever in the U.S. Congress. But I'm ready to bring this fight home. So I came here tonight, Jimmy, to tell you and your audience that I'm running to be the next governor of California.
Eric Swalwell.
Your friend and mine, Eric Swalwell, Alpha Liberal. Exciting.
Yeah.
Huh?
And I had the honor of getting to work legislation with Eric Swalwell and his legislative team, which Joe Biden signed into law, the Homicide Victims Families Rights Act. Eric Swalwell is a justice warrior in all the right ways, former prosecutor, fighter for the people.
Yeah.
And listen, I embrace any campaign that he is running because I have such deep and abiding respect for him.
Yeah. No, he's, and also, kind of an alpha liberal, a fighter in the mold of Gavin Newsom. So I like it. We
need fighters.
Yep.
Man, do we need fighters.
And he's also strategic. I love that about him, too.
Yeah.
He doesn't just say things.
And I love that
he says things for a reason.
And I love that he picked Jimmy Kimmel to do it on.
Yeah.
Bam. Fantastic. Honey, it's a lot. Thank you for going through all of it with us. I have a whole nother is this legal stack, which I'm just going to go ahead and answer for you. No, none of it. No, none of it. None of it's legal.
Better days ahead, Steph. He has lost spectacularly in a dozen ways over the course of the last week. His grip on power is loosening, and it ain't going to retighten.
Yeah, it feels like it. It really does. I love you, Glenn Kirschner.
And happy
Love
Thanksgiving.
You,
Happy Thanksgiving.
See you guys. Happy
Thankful for you.
Thanksgiving.
Goodbye. Well, getting sick always happens at the worst time, doesn't it? Middle of the night, weekends, right before the holidays. Your doctor's office is closed. Urgent care means long waits and big bills. That's why I keep a medical emergency kit at home. Prescription medications ready when I need them. This is not a first aid kit. It's like having urgent care and pharmacy right in your home. You get essential prescriptions like generic Z-Pak, plus antibiotics for pneumonia, strep, ear, sinus infections, even meds for nausea and UTIs. Just match your symptoms to the guidebook or connect with the telemedicine doctor. Take your meds early, feel better faster. Listen to what Jenny from Texas said. We got hit by Hurricane Beryl with power out and no medical facilities open. I started on the antibiotics in my kit and quickly began feeling better. Order your kit online in minutes before you need it, and your kit is shipped to your door. Visit urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie. Use the promo code Stephanie. Save $45. That's urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie. That promo code is Stephanie.